I am about to confess something to you that I have not told another living soul in nearly 6 months. I ripped off a Markiplier intro. I'm also obsessed with root beer.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is...
Did you do this?
I did.
Okay.
You want to do it too?
Hello.
There we go. Now it's really a Christofu video.
It's a Christofu video.
We're back here with Angel, and if you haven't noticed, we're doing another soda thing. So basically, last time we were comparing Coca-Cola's brands and Pepsi-Cola's brand. It's called Pepsi-Cola, right?
It's Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola. I taught you this in the last video, but you clearly have forgotten.
Anyways, so today we're going to be comparing different brands of root beer, as you can see, and we're going to be seeing which one's the best. I've tried all of these except for, what's it, Jones?
Jones.
Yeah, I'm biased to A&W. I think it's delicious. I love A&W. Why don't we hop right in? Wait, how should we do this? Should we just taste them one by one and then rank them?
Yeah, like we'll start with mug, and then we'll be like, ooh. Then we'll like put it on our scale so far. Also, we have a scale.
I'm implementing a very complicated scale system. It'll go from best to worst.
Worst down here, best up here. Yeah.
Best to worst.
So everything in between, like...
Wait, is this worst and this is best?
This is worse, this is worse, and this is best.
Guys, I'm sitting here editing the video and even I'm confused.
Why don't we get this started? I have a little cousin that calls this the dog root beer. I just realized I really don't need this much.
We're gonna make the same mistake we did last time.
I don't want to drink that much soda. Last time, in the end, we probably drank like a total of like...
We drank a gallon in soda. I drank the entire bottle of Sierra Mist. I was cracked out for the whole day, man.
We're starting off with mug. This is our official review.
Smells like licorice.
Is this factoring into our review, like the smell?
Throat feel, smell, and taste. Down your throat.
Okay, bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
Before we hop in, let's have a quick word from today's sponsor. Me. I just launched a brand new second channel where I will be uploading exclusive content not shown on my first channel. If you end up enjoying this video and want more content of me talking about my opinions on soda, I mashed together the two-parter that I originally made with Angel Filips into one big long soda extravaganza. So why don't you go give my second channel subscribe for exclusive content? As every YouTuber says, it's free and you can always change your mind later. Enjoy the video.
So right off the bat, mug has a pretty distinct flavor when it comes to root beer. Like I could pick a mug root beer out of a crowd if I was to taste a crowd, but that's a pretty bad analogy. It's mug. It's pretty iconic.
This is a fun little mug story. Has nothing to actually do with mug. All Sunday school that I went to, there was, for some reason, they decided to do a game one time where you had to chug a can of soda and see how many times you could burp.
This is a game.
This is Sunday school. Everyone's like 10, and it was mug root beer. And at the time, my parents were like insane health freaks, and because mug root beer has caffeine in it, I wasn't allowed to drink it.
It has caffeine in it?
Well, it says no caffeine on it. But at the time, I thought it had caffeine in it.
If only you knew how to read.
I was 10.
People can read at 10.
I was special.
It's a good root beer, but you know, it's nothing to write home about. It's a distinct flavor.
Run of the mill.
Yeah.
It's not amazing root beer. It's not crappy root beer. It's root beer.
Exactly. Why don't we do a smaller brand next?
Where would we put mug on our scale?
I'd say right in the middle.
Yeah, right in the middle.
It may fluctuate depending on the more we taste, yeah. But for now, mug is a perfect middle root beer. Next up, how about we do Jones?
There's a 90% chance that this will spray everywhere, even though I haven't shaken it up. Why is there no carbonation? Why are you not carbonated, Jones?
Whoa. We're trying to limit ourselves compared to last time.
I was just trying to see if it had boobla. When I crack open a bottle of soda or a can, I want there to be some fizz. I want to hear it go. I don't want to open it and have some anticlimactic. That was great. Unless this tastes amazing, I don't see this going places.
I think this is the only root beer here that I haven't tried.
I've had Jones cream soda. I haven't had Jones root beer. The smell is very different.
Yeah.
So, like, the
it
mug,
almost
it smells more like
beer.
licorice, but this smells more like a beer. Which, I mean, you can make root beer the same way you make beer.
It does have beer in the name. So, Don't spit it back out.
I can't.
Suddenly, I've lost my appetite. This one I can definitely taste a little hint of beer. It's a root beer, but it's focusing more on the beer than the root.
Yeah, it's like the difference between a ginger ale and a ginger beer.
It's not a bad taste though, I do like it.
I don't know, the lack of really hurt my feelings.
It's not a bad drink, but I wouldn't say that it's a better root beer.
I wouldn't be like, oh man, give me some of that Jones over there.
If like I was at a restaurant and I was like, can I get some root beer? And they're like, is Jones okay? I wouldn't ask for a Jones. It's a fine drink, not the best root beer.
We'll put this behind mug.
Yeah. Now for my favorite part. Why did I do this again? Up next, why don't we go for Barks. Barquus.
It's
what letter is that?
B-A-R-Q-S.
It's a Q?
It's a Q.
I always thought it was Bangs.
Bangs?
What is it?
Barks.
Barks? It's not the sound. A Q goes qu. Alright, let us try our Barks.
Alright, Barks. Or as you think, Bangs.
That looks like an N.
Because it's a cursive R!
I'm not giving myself too much here. What do you want, like half a cup?
I don't want to kill myself either. It has bubla, and it actually made that sound that you get when you open it.
I'm smelling this, and is this a Coca-Cola product? Because it does smell more like cola.
It smells like a jelly bean.
Why don't we snack
it and sink it.
Snack that, yeah, that.
It's a lot sweeter. It's worse than Jones. I don't think it's as good as Jones.
I've never really liked Bangs as a root beer.
He means Barks.
It was never my go-to because of just like how mediocre I find it. It's like the sweetest root beer, but it's not a good root beer to me.
We feel fine.
I don't want to do this anymore.
This was your idea.
I know.
We literally hung out because he was like, hey,
Let's make the root beer
I have
video.
an idea for a video.
Okay, on the scale, I'd put Bangs below Johnson's or whatever. You see, this is what Jones wishes it had.
This is what Jones wished they had this much.
For our next soda, why don't we go for the little guy again, and we'll try out some Boylan's.
Heck yeah.
I like the smell. Like a root beer scented candle. Boylan's is a soda I've had like a few times at like a restaurant, I think.
It smells great.
Bon appetit. I think it tastes like exactly how it smells.
Which isn't bad. Like, this actually tastes really good.
So, if I were to describe the smell the best way I could, when I was a kid and I went to the dentist, when they would like move a tooth or something, I don't know, they would go through like a painful operation for a kid, they'd give you like a little like scented thing to put on your nose. I don't know if anyone else did. Okay, I swear
What
this.
kind
I
of
swear this
dentist
exists.
have you been going to?
They put like a little like breathing mask. I don't know, but they were scented. And I would always pick like the bubblegum scent. I can pull up a picture of it or something. I swear this exists. It's a real thing. But I feel like the smell would be like one of those scented dentist nose things if it was root beer scented, which is a good thing and a bad thing because they smell really good at the beginning, but I just kind of get sick of it afterwards.
I had an epiphany. This is like a root beer dum dum.
Oh yeah.
That's like the perfect root beer, even though it's not root beer.
In my opinion, it's a bit strong. It's a good taste, but it's just like a lot of the flavor.
But the flavor compensated.
Yeah.
Unlike a different company, Jones.
So it's a very good smell. It's a good taste. It just comes off a bit strong. I think if I drank like more than one cup of it, I'd just get sick of it. So,
I think it's better than Mug.
I'd say it's better than Mug. You just have little bits at a time. It's good.
Which is good. This is a health soda. Yeah.
We'll put Boylan's slightly above Mug. It's a good root beer. Next up, we're going to do A&W.
Are we leaving the crappy
the
company
Titan.
for last?
Yes, because I feel like Big K might clutch up. A&W has been my longtime favorite. I'm excited to see how it matches up with the rest of these. Ah! Don't spit it back out!
Let's talk about why root beer is called root beer. It's made from a root called a sarsaparilla root, which gives it its flavor. However, there are different things that people put into it to make it like a more root beer-esque in their version. So A&W has vanilla in it.
I really like vanilla, personally. I'm a big fan of vanilla-flavored things, and I like vanilla. This is root beer. Now that I'm tasting it, in comparison with other root beers, I do see how the vanilla like drastically changes the flavor.
Yeah. For sure.
It's weird, like, just now noticing how much vanilla is in A&W, but that being their thing,
So it makes it
it's still my favorite.
Yeah, it makes it a good soda. The fact that it has a little bit of vanilla in it makes it, I wouldn't even want to qualify it as like a true root beer.
Like, it's so far off that it's, like, kind of strange to call it a root beer.
Which doesn't make it a bad soda. It doesn't taste bad.
Yeah, it's
like
delicious.
It's not gross, but it's hard to qualify it as a root beer.
Yeah, it's different.
It's different.
It's very different. If this were just a list of, like, my favorite tastes, this would go on top. But this is a root beer video, alright?
It's a root beer video.
We're doing root beer. If I were ranking my favorite sodas, this would go on top. But this is a root beer ranking, and I have to be fair. Mug is a better tasting root beer than A&W is. Like, it's more of a root beer. When we get down to the roots, it's more of a root beer. As much as it pains me, I think on a root beer scale, it would go... No!
You'll be fine.
Now that we've tasted all these titans of root beer industry, we get down to the cheapest of the cheap.
To the nitty-gritty.
The one that most people would probably consider the worst of the worst. Big K. I think this is the one I have the most.
How's that licorice smell that Mug had?
Yeah, it does. I'm gonna make a prediction now. I think this is gonna taste the most like Mug.
Which makes you wonder, like, is Big K just replicating the Mug recipe and then making it cheaper?
That could be the case. We're about to find out.
Is this a lawsuit? Are
Yes,
we about to,
uncover a
like,
major court
uncover
case.
some huge thing and Mug is gonna sue Big K?
Happy to contribute to society. This is a very familiar taste for me.
It's not bad. I wouldn't say it's good.
It wasn't as good as I was thinking it was gonna be. I was hoping Big K would be like the cool underdog. But tasting it again, I think there might be vanilla in this. And that's a taste I like. That's why I was rooting for Big K. But in terms of root beers, it's pretty medium. I'd say Mug is more of a true root beer than this is.
Yeah.
Allow me.
Well, alright,
There we go. This is the official root beer ranking. No, it doesn't deserve to be facing. Surprisingly, I was not expecting this. Boylan came out on top.
Because it just has a really good flavor.
I'm happy with this result. Best true root beer to
Right.
like Bargs.
This is just gross root beer. Mug, for some reason, I did not expect it to get second place.
The underdog.
It was because A&W had that vanilla flavor that made it not
Yeah.
quite a root beer.
Yeah, which once again, if this was in terms of like flavor, I would put A&W like far and above most of these, but this is about root beer. If it was in terms of like my favorite flavors, I would probably go like A&W, and then everything else seems pretty accurate. But this is the official root beer ranking. Thank you guys so much for joining us again for another abysmal soda video. So I feel a little crappy. Don't forget to drop a... Why are you drinking? Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to drop a like on the video. If you feel like it, go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to tap that bell to know when I post more crap on YouTube. And leave a comment and comment what you think your list would be. If you had vastly different rankings, then let me know. Let's have a nice root beer discussion because I love root beer. Well, this video's been a long time coming. See you in our next soda video where we drink all of the Fanta brands and die.
Adios, amigos.
Jones, holy guacamole. It's so tight.